Thank you again for attending our presentation tonight. My name is Bill Conlon. I'm Director of Marketing and Recruiting for the Busch School of Business. Before I go any further, I want to just make two quick announcements. One, congratulations on getting accepted to the Catholic University of America. I'm a Catholic University graduate. I know as is Dean Wrench, and Catholic University was one of the best decisions that I made, which is why I'm still here. The second is I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to sit in on another Zoom meeting. I know that for a lot of students, especially if the weather is like it is down in DC, you were out over on Zoom for most of the day. So we really appreciate you taking some time to get to know our programs. Here at the Busch School of Business, our goal is that our students to graduate from our school and have not only a good start to their career, but also a good start to and a good foundation for what they want to do for the rest of their lives. So I think that our undergraduate programs are perfectly set up to provide that for our students, not just a good foundation in business, but a good foundation in morals and virtue, kind of grounded in that Catholic social teaching. Supporting the undergraduate programs then is the academic advising, academic services, and different programs that we have throughout here at Catholic University. So we want to run you through what you can expect for your next 4 years if you end up here in the fall. So just from my left to right, I'm going to introduce some of the people that we have speaking tonight, and we'll start with Dean Wrench.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight, and congratulations on your acceptance. To reiterate that's great. My name is Kevin Wrench. I went to Catholic U back in 2010, and then I stayed for a master's degree, graduated 2016, and I've been at the business school ever since. So I love Catholic University. I really like the university setting. I'm really glad to be here to share some of what we do to help students like you succeed. So I hope you decide to come, and I hope to meet you in the fall.
All right, next up we have Elizabeth Ming.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Ming. I also attended Catholic University a long time ago. I am the academic advisor for the Busch School, and I help students navigate their academic programs, everything from deciding upon specializations to planning their courses each semester and making sure they complete their degree requirements in a timely manner. So I really enjoy working with students and helping them meet their academic goals, and I look forward to meeting each of you in the fall. Congratulations.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Daphne?
Hi, my name is Daphne Mezier, and I did not attend Catholic, but I really do enjoy working here. And I'm an academic and career advisor in the Center for Academic and Career Success.
Thank you. Maureen?
Hi, everyone. I am a sophomore at the Busch School of Business, and I am currently studying finance with a minor in accounting and philosophy. And I'm just going to be talking a little bit about our mentor program tonight. So congratulations on your admittance.
And last but not least, Maddie.
Hi, my name is Maddie. I'm a sophomore also in the Busch School of Business, and I'm studying marketing and social research. So I'm excited to talk to you guys a little bit more about my specializations and some other things that I do for the Busch School. Congratulations again on getting accepted.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone. So we're going to run you through about a 25-minute presentation to go over all of our undergraduate programs, the specializations, and offerings that we have. And then we're going to open it up for questions. At the end, we'll also have a QR code and some links to connect with some current Busch School students, as well as to sign up and register for some of the other events that we'll be having. So over the next few weeks, we'll be having Zoom sessions on the student experience, career development, and career outcomes. Let me see what else. The student athletics in the Busch School, different things like that. So we'll be in touch over the next couple of weeks. But without further ado, Dean Wrench, take it away.
Awesome. So bear with me as I share my screen here and pull up our presentation. All right, so over the next 25 minutes, we want to walk you through some of the key elements of our academic services. So in the Busch School, this is, let's see if I get this right. Here we go. All right, so academic services is within the business school. We're office in the business school to help you succeed. I like to think of ourselves as your hub, your key connector for advising, classes, and academic support. So this is a helpful graphic that will walk through. We're the hub, and then you see connected through us, we are your classes, your overall program that you decide to do, your advising network of support, your resources for success, and obviously ways to contact us. So I'll jump right in and talk about some of the classes. Obviously, you're coming here to Catholic U, you're really interested in your academics. So it's nice to get a sense of what will that freshman year look like? What does it actually look like once you're here going to class? And to jump into that, I'll show you an overall picture of the degree. Now, of course, you probably won't be able to see all of the details that clearly, but this is just a snapshot that shows you what our typical business degree looks like. This is the type of resource that we give you so that you can understand what are the requirements to graduate. So this is an overview of degree requirements. And what I like to point out is on the right-hand side is a column that says liberal arts requirements. And on the left are core business courses and your business requirements. And that's really what I want you to take away from this handout is when you come to Catholic University, you'll get core business knowledge in all the key areas. Management, economics, accounting, finance, marketing, math, quantitative thinking. But then on the flip side, you'll also get key grounding and foundations in things like philosophy, theology, languages, history, literature, social science. So your liberal arts is a foundation that will help you think, gives you critical thinking, helps you be fluid and be able to jump between careers. The business skills give you some of those technical hard skills to land the jobs you're looking to get. So that's an overall snapshot of the degree that you'll receive after 4 years. Now, of course, that's the 4-year kind of macro plan. So what you might be more interested in is what will you actually be taking that first year as a freshman student? So we've broken this out into your business tracks and your liberal arts tracks, kind of parallel with what I was just discussing with the overall degree. So in terms of your business tracks, in the fall, you'll take a course called The Vocation of Business. This is a really cool course taught by a former Swiss Guard. He's like 6'7", quite a character. But he walks you through not only key details of what it's like to start a business, but also things like helping you discover why you're interested in business, what your motivations are and desires to get out of your career. So it kind of helps ground you, especially when you first start your college journey, to figure out what you want to do. Then that leads into the spring with the Foundations of Business course, which gives you a lot of fundamental knowledge, especially in management and kind of thinking of yourself as managing your first business. So you get a sense of how you're interested in business, and then what are some of those key components of what it would be like to spend your life in the business world. So those are great ways to jump right into business, kind of start thinking and working directly on business concepts right away as a freshman. It helps you decide if over the next 3 years, you're in the right spot. Then we have an economy and markets sequence. So in the fall, you'll do a macroeconomics course followed by a microeconomics course. These are taught by our social research area. Some of these faculty are from Harvard. They got their PhDs there. So you're being taught by some of the smartest faculty we've got. And this is a way for you to understand business, but from kind of a bird's eye view. So how does an individual business, maybe that you're running or you're managing, how does that fit into the overall economy? How does that fit into all of the interconnected ways that businesses relate to one another and relate to society as a whole. So this, as you can tell, is kind of a crash course in business. And then we also have an introduction to the Busch School, which is a 1-credit course that introduces you to all of the key resources and people and platforms which allow you to be successful. So your advisors come in, introduce themselves, we walk you through planning your courses, we walk you through writing your first resume, we walk you through some of the technology and platforms you'll use to register for classes. So it's a way to give you all of the tools you'll need to navigate over the next 4 years. So moving from business tracks into your liberal arts tracks, on the liberal arts side, in your freshman year, you'll be put into what we like to call a learning community. This is going to be a small class, 20 students, but from across the university. So you have your business classes, you make friends with your business classmates. Then in your learning communities, you have the chance to meet people from all across the university, from drama, from arts and sciences, from theology, from social work. So you meet a cross section of other students. You also get to know them, and you'll have the same group of 20 students in the fall and spring. So all of the courses you see on this slide in front of you, you take with the same students. So it's a great way just to get to know your fellow classmates, and in the classroom, just be more and more comfortable to like engage, raise your hand, ask questions, and engage in discussion. These are also the key courses that we use as the foundation of our liberal arts. So philosophy teaches you some of that critical thinking, ability to like dissect arguments, be quick on your feet. English gives you the fundamentals of writing. Obviously, that's super important in business as well. And theology gives you the foundations of why we are the Catholic University of America. So moving from that into the final option, explore with electives. In your freshman year, you will have a few spots that you can fill in with courses of your choosing. This typically breaks down into languages, math, a liberal arts course, or just a course that interests you based on something you find interesting. So we like to strike a good balance between giving you some tracks so you know what to take. We don't want to overwhelm you by saying, take whatever you want, because that can kind of be just as scary as anything else, just having so much choice. But we do want you to be able to take a course that interests you, explore your interests and passions, and that's where these electives come into play. So that's kind of a crash course in what your classes and academics look like. All of what I just talked about is the common experience of everybody who joins the business school. So all of our business freshmen will do the business tracks, will do the liberal arts tracks. That screenshot, that overview, that snapshot of the degree, all business students will take those core courses, those liberal arts courses. So now you might be wondering, what comes next? How do I dive into what I'm, particularly interested in or passionate about? I like business, but within business, what am I really looking to do? What am I looking to spend my life doing? That's where our undergraduate programs come in, and where you have the choice to specialize. So I'm going to hand it over now to Elizabeth Ming, our academic advisor, to talk us through our undergraduate offerings.
Thank you. So we have a number of very exciting specializations from which you can choose, and you can choose more than one specialization. You can choose, most students choose 2, and sometimes students choose even 3 specializations if they're very, very driven. But 2, I'm going to start with the accounting specialization. We have 2 accounting specializations available, actually 2 degrees available. The Bachelor of Science in Accounting is designed to prepare students to be certified public accountants. And then we have the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a specialization in managerial accounting, So this is for students who do not want to necessarily become certified public accountants, but who want to develop a background in accounting so they can help businesses pursue their organizational goals. They will learn to interpret and communicate financial information so that good financial decisions can be made. This is a really rigorous program. Both of those degrees are very rigorous and are all taught by all of our faculty in our CPAs and have considerable work experience in the private and the public sector. So it's just a really great program. And next we have our specializations in strategy, management, and operations. We'll start with the operations management specialization, which teaches students how people, processes, and systems interact to fulfill customer promises. It's taught from the perspective of the general manager so that students graduating with this specialty are prepared to design, manage, and improve business operations in all sorts of challenging environments. And we have the international business specialization, which prepares students to lead in the global marketplace. And to ensure that students have an edge, this program includes a focus on cross-cultural skills, such as a foreign language and an overseas travel requirement. Two things: students minor in a foreign language and they go abroad and travel abroad for at least a semester. The sports management specialization is designed for those who want to combine their love of sports with their passion for business. We focus on the sport and the team from the general manager's perspective. And so they like to say that while great players make great teams, great sports managers build great franchises. So if that's your goal, then sports management would be the place for you. We've got technology management specialization. With technology becoming an increasingly central part of most businesses, it's arguably one of the highest demanding specializations in the business world today. Technology management is about using computers, networks, and systems to deliver high value to customers. So in this program, you will explore enterprise resource planning, ERP systems, Salesforce automation, SFA systems, just-in-time inventory control systems, and many more systems that will help businesses. And they keep really on top of the technology in that specialization. We have the HR management specialization, which explores the essential components of human motivation, uniting people in a common mission. They study everything from psychological factors to material incentives. This program emphasizes Catholic teaching as it relates to a person's relationship with work. For example, they study Pope Leo's famous encyclical Rerum Novarum on the nature and dignity of work. We have the not-for-profit management specialization, which pairs leadership theory and practices with fundamental information about the unique goals and operations of nonprofit organizations. They study fundraising, public relations, organizational management, and ethical leadership principles. So they simultaneously try to meet financial goals while achieving the positive community impact. And we have, finally, data analytics for business. This program teaches our students how to do both quantitative and qualitative analysis of data, which is in itself merely facts and figures, but using data analysis tools and techniques, they can enhance their decision-making capabilities of their company. Data is extracted, analyzed, and categorized to identify key behavioral patterns. This specialization includes design of experiments, analysis of variance, categorical data analysis, regression analysis, time series forecasting, and data visualization. And next we have our specializations in the marketing area. So in marketing, students learn how to design and communicate the business offerings in a way that draws customers, drives sales growth, beats the competition, and empowers the business to sustain product market innovation over time. Marketing at the Busch School is unique in two ways. First, we emphasize the latest innovations in marketing, the methods and the thinking. And then we also develop students' awareness of the customer in the context of the fundamental importance of the dignity of the human person and the common good in today's world. one of our current marketing students, Maddie, is here, and she can tell you a little bit about what she enjoys about the marketing specialization.
Hi guys. So I do have a specialization in marketing I'm studying right now. And what I really like about the marketing program so far is that there's a lot of experience in the marketing classes. We are encouraged to look into internships, to practice digital marketing on our own social medias. And there's just a lot of ways that you can put what you're learning in your classes into practice for yourself on a daily. So, we learn how to market ourselves, how to market different products, and how to use the technologies and the skills given to us to be better marketers. And I think one of the greatest things that I like about marketing so far is that through the skills that I learn, I'm able to bring joy to other people. And so, there's the idea that business is we can use business as a force for good. That's kind of our motto at the Busch School. And so I think learning the skills that we have and being able to put the customer at the center of our marketing is really something that kind of sets us apart from other business schools, just because we understand the dignity of the human person and why that matters before profit. So that's what I like about marketing so far.
Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. We also, within the marketing specialization area, have a sales program, and it is unique because it focuses on providing education and training for students to compete ethically in the world of selling by grafting the principles of Catholic teaching into the curriculum. So it's a really good sales program. People come out with jobs. They've got a lot of really good, the professors are just top-notch sales executives who help the students find jobs after graduation as well. So next we have our specializations in finance. And in finance, the focus is giving students an in-depth understanding of investments and an awareness of the impact of fiscal decisions on individuals and society. The study of finance immerses students into the interconnected world of money, markets, capital, credit, banking, and students using finance pursue various career paths after graduating, including financial analysis, corporate finance, banking, and wealth management. And then we have the mathematical finance specialization, and that is concerned with using powerful mathematical modeling to better understand and predict financial markets. It's one of the newest specializations within the Busch School. Students who specialize in mathematical finance have a wide range of career opportunities, including money management, banking, financial planning, real estate, and insurance. And next we have our specializations in entrepreneurship. This is a co-specialization. So in entrepreneurship, it's designed for Busch students who want to learn entrepreneurship while studying accounting or business or public affairs or any of the other specializations. The co-specializations help students apply entrepreneurship theory, discipline, and principles into real-world challenges and opportunities. It's not only for people who want to own their own businesses, but it gives students skills that help them move ideas to impact, seize possibilities, solve problems, transform communities, large or small, and make transformative differences in your field. And finally, we have our specializations in business and public policy and business and society. So these are two specializations that engage contemporary debates and cutting-edge research. They explore the moral foundations of the free society and the market. These two specializations are especially suitable for students interested in law, policy research, journalism, communications, public service, healthcare, and entrepreneurship. Maddie also has a specialization in social research. So Maddie, can you tell us a little bit about what you're studying in your social research classes?
Sure. So I'm specifically in the business and society part of that specialization, but I love it. And I think what is super cool is that I have professors that, or at least one professor, she's the head of the department for that specialization, but she openly does her own research outside of the classroom. She recently finished some research for a project about American fertility, and she has a lot of children herself, so she wanted to kind of do some research and see why other families were having large amounts of children, which is great. And she was kind of going through that process with us as we were doing our own research projects in class last semester. And then this semester, she's teaching us about Catholic social teaching and how that relates to the political economy, and just some really, really cool subjects that we're learning in that class. And I really like doing all the research involved in that class. If you're interested in research, this is definitely a class for you. So yeah, I think that's mostly what I like about business and society. And I think it relates to marketing as well. I think the two specializations go hand in hand there, because I do, I read a lot of data and I kind of figure out what works for people, what kind of questions people like to hear, just what relates to the people that we're serving, putting the person first, which is, overall what the Busch School aims to teach. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. So now that we talked about the undergraduate programs, it might seem overwhelming, and but we just want to let you know we don't just like throw all this information at you. We have really a wonderful team set up for each student. So I'm going to talk a little bit now about the advising, what we have available for you as far as advisors go. First, we'll watch a little video.
Students are often confronted with the problem of not knowing what they don't know. So it's a challenge because you're not sure where to go find an answer. You don't even know where to start. That's where the relationship with an advisor becomes key.
They approach the conversation genuinely curious about what your goals are, maybe what your struggles are.
We set you up for success by connecting you to 3 key advisors: your faculty advisor, your academic and career advisor, and your undergraduate peer mentor. Across our support network, there is always someone to either answer your question or connect you to the correct person or resource.
While I was a freshman at Catholic, I really didn't know what I wanted to study. Spoke with my advisor, said I'm kind of interested in everything, so I needed to narrow it down. We decided I should take an intro to psychology class. 2 years removed from that conversation, I am a BA psychology major, also studying finance in the Busch School of Business.
My sophomore year, I took a sales class and realized that sales was something that I wanted to pursue. So I was connected with the advisor for the sales program, and I absolutely fell in love with the program and with the minor. Academic services provided me with kind of like a plan for college, but also a plan for my life to look forward, maybe 4 years like you do in college, into a career.
Daphne is here from the Center of Academic and Career Success to tell you about what her office does.
Yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. So as an academic and career advisor, I start working with students as they're coming in during the summer. So from that point in time, I'm helping with registration, understanding what resources are available and provided through not only my office, but the campus as a whole. So through my office, students have access to academic coaching, tutoring services, career development, and career assessments as well. And one of the key things is the fact that we provide integrated advising. So not only am I assisting you with your academic needs, but your career needs as well. So helping you figure out internship goals and what you want to do after Catholic, and ensuring that you are taking the necessary steps while you're at Catholic when it comes down to volunteering, clubs, orgs, or even courses and majors and minors to prepare you for that. And as an ACA, we help students throughout their 4 years. So as soon as you're paired with an ACA, as long as you're within their area. So for instance, my team is business and humanities, so I only work with business and humanities students, and I have another colleague that might work with only hard science students. So I will help my students throughout their 4 years as long as they stay within business and humanities. And it's a great relationship when we're able to not only help you, but we're able to then tag in and support the business team as well.
Thank you. And you will also be given a faculty advisor in August. You'll be assigned a faculty advisor in your academic area who will be a mentor and advisor for the next 4 years. So your faculty advisor can help you understand the academic options available to you, guide you toward the exciting opportunities for research and internship, and help you just think creatively about your future. And Maureen Pierce is also a peer mentor, and so she's going to tell us about the peer mentoring program.
Yeah, so just to introduce myself again, I'm Maureen. I'm currently a sophomore, and I'm double specializing in finance and accounting, and then I'm also doing a philosophy minor on the side. And I am currently a Busch School mentor. So a little backstory: when I first came to Catholic, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then I ended up falling in love with the business school, and I'm so happy that I'm here now. But one of my favorite parts about the business school is the advising and the mentoring and just the people that are there for you when you need to ask the questions. And so this peer mentor program is one thing that we have. So basically, incoming freshmen fill out a little form, and then I would fill out a form as well. And they match people in the peer mentor program with incoming freshmen based on your interests. And then throughout the year, I just meet with freshmen occasionally and just check up on them and ask them how they're doing and just really get to know them and walk with them as they're like making all their important decisions and finding out what really drives them and finding their passions. And then we also will host events that just help you grow as a student and as you're preparing for the professional world. And yeah, I would really just love the mentor program. I love getting to know new people and just seeing everyone go through the same process that I did, and seeing them get excited about registering for classes and if they love one particular class and learning about what makes them tick.
Awesome. So at this point, you've heard a little bit about the specific classes you'll take, the overall programs that are available to you to graduate with, your advisor support network, the folks who will help you find success along the way. In addition to that, and in support of that, we also have a couple of targeted interventions if you need help with academic success as well. And those really break into 3 major categories. So to help support you along the way with some structures and support, we offer tutoring. Tutoring can help you in any specific class where you might be struggling. It's individualized, so you'll work one-on-one with a student who went before you and got an A, did really well in the class, so they know the material really well. Those tutors also go through training, so they're trained to be effective as tutors to you. It's confidential. You can sign up when you want on your own time. It's totally up to you. You don't have to tell your professor. It can be completely private, and it's also affordable. So $55 for the entire semester allows you to meet weekly with your tutor, which is really fantastic. And if you meet less than 5 times, it's actually less than that amount. So in terms of one-on-one help with classes, I try to steer as many students as I can to tutoring, and also to start at this beginning of the semester. The more you can build in structured tutoring right from the start, you can almost guarantee to be successful in a class. Beyond tutoring, which is student tutors will help you for a specific class, we also have coaching. So coaching is offered by the university. It allows you to meet with a professional staff member to develop a close personal relationship with your coach. These coaches are PhDs, they're doctors in their field. They're really good at what they're doing and really good at helping you kind of from a more holistic point of view. So you as a student looking at anything from struggles across courses, study habits, other issues or obstacles you might be facing. They help you build a plan to achieve your goals. So it's developmental. They give you tailored assistance. They're meeting with you one-on-one to create a plan for success. They also help hold you accountable. So in terms of you entering, if you encounter some issues or struggles, then in terms of you reaching those long-term goals, they'll help you do that. So coaching is available for the students who need it. And finally, we also have dedicated centers to help our students as well. So we have a writing center to help our students develop as writers. You can, once again, one-on-one have consultations with excellent both students, undergrad and graduate students in the writing center to help you be a better writer. Math can sometimes be an intimidating subject for students, so we offer a math center. You can drop in for help at any point. This is sponsored by the University Center for Academic and Career Success and co-sponsored by the math department. And then finally, we also have subject labs. So these are specific drop-in labs for difficult subjects. So across the university, certain math courses, certain accounting courses are sometimes typically difficult for students. We identify those courses and set up dedicated subject labs so that you can drop in for help whenever you need it. So this is more ad hoc. You can drop in as needed at your own pace. So those are some of the strategies to support you. And overall, you can see how all of these elements are connecting and really driving you to success. All in all, it brings you from freshman year to graduation, hopefully landing that job you want and securing it even before you walk across the stage with your diploma. So I'll leave us on this last slide of contact us. I've got my information there, Elizabeth's information, and 2 QR codes that you can scan with your phone to connect with us and have more conversations with some of our current students. At this point, I'll turn it back over to Bill to moderate a Q&A session.
Thanks, Kevin. So it looks like our chat function is temporarily disabled. So we're going to go old school. If you want to click the raise your hand button, and I see you have a question, I'll call on you to unmute yourself. But I just want to add a little bit of flavor to what everyone was saying. Like I mentioned, I graduated from Catholic University. One of the things that was really instrumental in my decision making was the sense of community that's here at Catholic. So you might just see the majors we're listing or the centers that we're listing, and just think that there are people that are in there that are just doing their job, but there are people that in these centers that actually care about our students. Catholic University does have a really, really strong sense of community, not just in the student body, but in the faculty and staff that are here to support our students. We want to see all of our students not just survive, but also thrive through everything that they're doing in their classes. So I know it's a little bit tough to see over Zoom, but we hope to, over the next couple of weeks, to A, invite you to campus, B, have some other Zoom sessions, and hopefully you can get a good sense of the Busch School and Catholic University difference. So with that in mind, if anyone wants to raise their hand, I'm happy to call on you and get the questions started. Oh, we have Robert Lemansky. You can unmute yourself. Robert, if you want to ask your question.
Hi, just a quick question. So if we want to double major, by when do we have to like decide and let you guys know if we want to double major?
So for double majoring, you would essentially let us know end of sophomore year going into your junior year, because there is a GPA requirement. And prior to that, you'd have a discussion either with myself or your assigned ACA, and as well as the Busch School, just identifying what it is that you want to double major in or double co-specialize in, and ensuring that prior to that you have exposure through a class and talking to that the area coordinator.
As other folks are thinking of questions, I just wanted to also mention, you may have heard us, I know you did hear us using the term specializations quite a bit. So as you're looking in your college search, what we call specializations, other schools will use the term major. So your major, your specialization, that's just what you choose to focus in. That's what you do your upper level classes in as a junior and a senior. So it's our term for that specific area of business that you excel in and that you really take those advanced classes in, and that you focus in as an upper level student. So just in case anyone was wondering about that terminology, wanted to clear that up from the start.
Michael, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Michael Hughes.
Hi, I'm speaking for my son Edmund, who was admitted, so he couldn't be here today. So figured I would step in. If a student comes with some AP scores, credits in various classes, how does that affect that first year curriculum? Does it mean he replaces, say, an English class, or you bump up kind of into a sophomore class to fulfill that same requirement? How does the school handle students that bring AP credits into the business program?
So I will jump in here. So during the soon as a student receives their scores, it's their responsibility to ensure the score is reported to Catholic. So they have to ensure that they get the school code, and through that they'll see on our dual enrollment information, or I want to say through the admissions process, in more specific information as to where they're sending the code to, and who to follow up with in regards to getting the code. But then as soon as they have the code, the scores recorded on their Cardinal Students account, we then can tell them what it comes in as. So based on a score, let's say English, they receive a score of a 4 or 5. That'll translate to potentially English 102. And then that may fulfill a literature requirement. So once the student receives their score, sends the score to the university, and then we're able to tell the student what that score is equivalent to in regards to our classes here at Catholic.
And in general, unfortunately, we don't have the chat function, but I could send you to a web page. So we'll reshare the contact. And Michael, if you want to email me or Elizabeth, we can follow up with some more web resources for you. On a general note, I'll say any AP credits, any advanced scores or transfer credit, just in general, if that fulfills a requirement that a student would take freshman year, that typically just bumps them up in the sequence. So they jump ahead, and now they have some more flexibility later on to do things that they like, to minor, to study abroad, to do a double major, even those types of things.
Sure.
Marian, it looks like you had a question.
bring that?
Yeah.
Maureen.
I actually did come in with some AP credits. So I had a math credit, so I went to the next level of calculus because at the time I thought I might want to be an engineer. So that's one possibility, is you can bump up to the next level, or it's another chance to take those classes that you think you might be really interested in. So I know a lot of people that took like a music elective or an art elective or something, you know, just creative, that if you're interested, you have an extra spot.
Okay, thank you.
What other questions do we have?
Once again, as folks are thinking, I'll jump in with a common one. We didn't touch on study abroad, so I want to mention that now. Business students study abroad. It's about 20% of our students will choose to study abroad at some point along their 4 years. Junior year is the most popular time to do it. Obviously, at the current moment, options are a bit more limited, but by the time you all come to college and are juniors, I'm sure you'll have all the range of options available. Fall or spring of junior year, you can choose to go abroad in the summer. Typically, if you want to, then you just work again with your advisor to plan your courses, to make sure that that semester you're abroad, you're taking some of those elective courses, those general distribution courses, and then you take your specific business courses before you go abroad or after you return. So we've designed like pathways for students who want to study abroad. We say like, take these courses at these specific semesters, just so that it's easy for you. You basically like say, I want to take this road, and then you know the path to take. So we give you those resources, and then with your advisor, you can customize that and tweak that as needed for your own unique set of circumstances.
Michaela, you have a question?
So this is probably a very specific question, but so I'm planning on majoring in international business, which I know has the mandatory language minor. And so I was wondering, do those courses start freshman year, or do you have time to pick which language you would like?
So when it comes to language, right in the beginning, most of our freshman students across the board start to take their language within their first semester, because at Catholic it is required to take a language up to the 104 level. So it is encouraged that if you already have an idea or sense of what language you would like to minor in, that you start off with that language. But it's understandable that you would, change your mind. So you do have the flexibility of, prior to starting a language, you can take a foreign language placement. So let's say you're taking Spanish right now, and then you score 3, but then you decide you want to take French 101 instead. You can take French and then decide to register to minor in Spanish and go back to Spanish later on. So there is flexibility, but if you do know where you potentially may end up, I do encourage taking that first and then kind of figuring it out.
Thank you.
Michaela, also, I think it helps to know what language you want to study coming in, because the international business specialization also has that study abroad requirement. So if you kind of look at those options, there's a study abroad page on our website where you can check out where you might be interested in studying abroad. So like if you want to go to Spain, I recommend studying Spanish, because you're going to have to be able to speak to people there. Or Italian if you want to go to Rome or something like that. So just to plug that in.
Okay, if there are no other questions, then I want to thank everyone for taking the time to talk with us today. We're recording this session, so we'll be sharing it on YouTube. If you have any follow-up questions, we'll be sending it out at some point over the next couple of days. With that in mind, I do want to invite everyone to our student experience Zoom session on Thursday, March 4th. That's the next one that's going to be coming up. You'll be getting an email from me at some point next week, just with a little more information about what to expect. We'll be talking about life inside the Busch School, life outside the Busch School, how students engage with Washington, D.C. So keep in mind that that's going to be coming soon too. If you're interested, we're also happy to set up kind of some one-on-one conversations. If you want to talk with our academic services, if you want to talk with our career development, if maybe you want to get to know one of the professors in the specific specialization you're looking to, all you'll need to do is, when I shoot you that email, just respond back to me, and I'm happy to set that up for you. If it's not in person, or if you can't come to campus, or if you're too far away, we're happy to do that over Zoom. Obviously, everyone's very comfortable with that now. So like I said, look for an email from me. It's our job here to make the college decision easy, and hopefully, show you that Catholic University is the place where you want to spend your next 4 years and where you want to call home. So there's no questions after that. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll save this information up here until everyone logs off. You can use the QR codes, or you can shoot Dean Wrench or Elizabeth Ming an email. But thank you so much. Congratulations on your admissions once again, and we hope to see you here in the fall.